Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Platinum Power Bites. I'm so glad that you're here today. I want to start today just a little differently. So, before we talk about behavior or even consciousness, I want you to take just a breath. Yeah, really. One slow breath. Now ask yourself quietly, how do I know I'm here? I'm here right now. That small moment of awareness is where all transformation begins. Because if you can notice yourself noticing, you're no longer living on autopilot. So many of us spend our days reacting to what's next. Who needs me? What do they need? What's expected? But the real shift begins when you remember that presence, it's not something that you have to earn, it's your baseline. So today, I want to talk about how that awareness connects to behavior change and why it's not enough just to track your habits or check your goals off if you're still disconnected from the self that's doing the changing. So, when you integrate awareness with action, that's when identity can start to shift. You're not just trying to be better, you're becoming. You're becoming someone new through a conscious choice. So take one more breath, ground into that. And now let's dive in. So I want to invite you into a quick embodied check in. Wherever you are, you're sitting, you're standing, you're on a walk, just notice your physical posture. Without judgment, ask yourself, how does my body position reflect the state that I'm in? So if you're leaning forward, maybe you've been pushing. If you're kind of holding your shoulders tense and tight, that's a sign. Maybe you've been kind of on guard, guarding. And if you're slumped, maybe you've been carrying more than your share. Now, just roll your shoulders back, loosen your jaw, unclench your hands, breathe into your belly, not your chest. Feel how quickly the nervous system can start to respond. This is behavior in real time because the nervous system is always listening. This is the bridge between the neuro and the conscious, between what's automatic and what's intentional. And when you practice awareness at the body level, you're teaching your system a new baseline for safety and for visibility. So, how do we integrate this into real life, everyday life? I recommend starting with like micro awareness moments. Before you walk into a meeting, before you send the email, before you respond to someone, I'm just asking you to pause. Pause for one breath and ask, who am I being right now? That 1 second of consciousness interrupts old reinforcement loops and it gives you choice. If your habit has been to typically overextend yourself, you might notice the urge to say yes a little too fast. If your pattern has been to self correct or kind of shrink back, You might catch the impulse before it runs the show. And this is how we build sustainable change, not by force, but by awareness and by reinforcement. The same way that we shape behavior in clinical settings is how we shape identity in real life, by pairing conscious awareness with small, consistent actions that match the person that we want to become. So this week, your invitation is simple. Choose one behavior, and just one, that you'd like to align more consciously. It could be saying no, where you would typically, say, yeah, sure. It could be speaking up. Speak up, where you would normally just stay quiet. It could be just pausing before you have the big reaction. And the point here is not perfection. It's proof that you can choose differently. So let's close the same way that we began, with presence. So take another slow breath in and out. Notice what's changed in you since the beginning of this short session to now. Maybe it's subtle. Maybe it's simply a little more space. And that space between the stimulus and the response, that is where every transformation begins. So if today resonated, please share this with somebody that you know who's really been trying to make that change, and for whatever reason, they're just stuck. Remind them it's not about forcing behavior. This is not about willpower. It's about becoming aware of the one who's doing the behaving, right? So this one was short. Thank you for being here with me today for this Platinum Power Bite. I'll see you next week, Thursday, same time, same place. And next week, we'll dive into the next layer of conscious performance. Until then, be well. Take care.